to my prediction for a pretty big event which is about to happen in Canada. So, Canada in the seat of Terrebonne is about to have a by election. There's a interesting reason for this. So, usually, by elections or special elections, as they're called in some places, is caused when the current member for that seat retires. But the current member for that seat hasn't retired. In fact, I'm going to go back to the election about a year ago, where the Liberal Party, the sort of centre party in Canada, beat the Bloc Québécois, which is a pro Quebec sovereignty, a sort of centre left wing party, got very close in this seat. In fact, the Liberal Party won by one vote, and Tatiana Auguste was installed as the member for the area. This was, very close. There's a lot of court challenges, and in the end, the Supreme Court of Canada says the election, there's some sort of problem, it was wrong, we're going to hold it again, almost a year later on. Now, this doesn't exactly mean a lot, because in the House of Commons, the Liberal Party will hold a majority no matter what the result of this election is. It's a vacant seat at the moment. If the Liberals win that, it's installed as another red seat. It says 3 vacant seats. There are also 2 other by-elections going on the same day. However, they are predicted to be very safe wins for the Liberal Party. We'll see if anything interesting happens there. So what is this going to come down to? Well, it seems that we are having the same candidates again. Tatiana Auguste is running as the Liberal candidate, and Nathalie Anglais Desgragne is hoping to gagne. It's a bit of a pun for those of you who don't know. Gagne in French is win. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Who's gonna win? I really don't know. I've looked over the provincial polls using federal parties since the last election. It seems to be holding pretty even for all the parties going into this. Of course, there hasn't been a poll since November. Bloc Québécois, in the last poll, Bloc Québécois lifts up a bit, and the Liberal Party does step back a bit. But who knows who's going to happen? We have seen a broadly more popular Liberal Party government in Canada. They've made a lot of steps on the international stage, which has favoured them. They seem to have done decently well. There is a lot of, more local stuff. I don't know exactly what the on-the-ground movements are. My only thing is the New Democratic Party in recent days has started to pick up steam nationwide. They have elected a new leader, R.V. Lewis, I believe the name is. He is making a lot of progress. So I think we'll see a growth in a New Democratic vote. It was at a very low point at the last federal election, just nationwide, because there's so much of a two-party race then. The New Democratic Party is going to bounce back. The question is, who do they take votes from? Do they take votes from the Liberal Party or Bloc Québécois? Because they're definitely more in ideological alignment. New Democratic Party is left-wing, Bloc Québécois is centre-left, whereas the Liberals are more centre. So you'd think, New Democratic could take votes off Bloc Québécois, but it's Quebec. It's not that simple. A lot of people who vote for Bloc Québécois are there because they are French Quebecers. They, really want more French influence, French language, whereas the New Democratic Party is perhaps not as outspoken on that. So, who is honestly gonna win? I feel like the Liberal Party is just doing a little bit better now. I think they can win. They've been rising in the national polls. It's going to be hard to predict. I think it'll come down to a small margin again. I think it'll come down to 50 votes. In fact, you can mark me on that. Luckily, what I predict doesn't really mean anything. There's nothing riding on it. But yeah, I'm going to say it comes down to 50 votes this time for Liberal Party wins. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see if the Conservative Party has fallen apart. They haven't polled well nationally recently. we'll see whether New Democratic Party can bounce back. But there's so many independent voters. I think it's going to be incredibly close. So yeah, I think Tatiana Auguste does win. Hopefully for real this time. And I say hopefully not because I'm supporting the Liberal Party of Canada, but just because the endless elections over and over and over again probably aren't the best idea. So yeah, let's hopefully see a result that we can actually call on election night and that is declared and we know who wins. There'll also be two other seats holding a by election. I think I said earlier. I don't really know how those are going to swing back and forth. I'm pretty sure they will be victories for the Liberal Party. But yep, see all you guys soon. Oh, and hey, if you're a French Quebecer, I am going to try speak French in one of my other videos. I'm going to try do a French version of this, so just check out my channel. While you're there, subscribe, and yeah, I'll give it a go in French. I probably won't get all the grammar right, but let's just see.